street food. What did I have? Some decent.
Sinigang.
Yeah, sinigang. I had so much food. I mean, also I got to meet some fans yesterday. Fans are incredible. So far, this trip has been incredible. Yeah.
How about the food?
The food is amazing here. Like I said yesterday, we went to Locavor, and I would say everything I had was A+. Like so good.
Okay, so how does it feel like working with Ava Max on your latest single?
Yeah, Ava Max is super sweet, psycho. You know what I mean? And she's she's an incredible singer, and that's one of the main reasons I really wanted her on the song. I thought the song would just be incredible with the duet feature on it. And Ava Max, I love her song Sweet but Psycho, also her song So Mine. I just thought it would be perfect if she was on the song. She ended up agreeing to being on it, and it was just a perfect fit.
Okay, so we have questions from our press friends. Yes.
What could you consider as your music influences?
Yeah, my music influences. I would say I had a ton of them, especially growing up. I love the Beatles. I love Coldplay, to Lil Wayne, Bruno Mars. I like bringing influence from all over. I like all sorts of music. It's even like Stevie Wonder, frankly. It's like all sorts of music.
Questions? Yes.
You're releasing a new album,
Yes.
and I read in an old interview that you said this is very personal to you.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by personal, and how do you feel that you're finally letting people hear
Yes.
it?
Oh man, I feel so excited for the album. But basically, the album is called Skyview, and Skyview is a drive-in movie theater in my hometown. And every time I went to Skyview, I'm going to see a movie, and it just made me realize that I'm not just some small kid in a small town, and there's a lot more to the world, and it made me really want to go and follow my dreams. And with the songs on the album, it really shows a little bit of my personality. I would say most of the songs have to do with things that I've been through, but also half of it is just fun songs that I like to create and that I think are just fun songs. And, so you'll kind of hear that on the album.
You started writing songs when you were 13, and now it's been a couple of years, and now you're about to release a new album. How intense or how particular are you about creative control over your songs?
Yeah. I like to be really involved with everything that I do, obviously. And I would say I definitely have a lot of creative control with, which songs I want on the album, which songs that I feel like that are going to be on the album. I have a lot of creative control with that.
Hi, I'm Jamie from Sunshine.
Thank you, Jamie.
Hi. Just like to ask, because you are a social media star, so you have a really big following online. What can you say about like everything's happening on social media today, like the cancel culture, things like that? And what do you think made you get such a big following on social media? Like what kind of music, or what was it about your music that you think people gravitate towards?
I think it started with, when I first started posting videos online, I was posting, I wasn't just posting covers, I was also posting original music that I was writing at the time. And I think that's kind of where, I started getting a fan base, because it wasn't just, I was just a regular kid just singing songs. I was writing my own songs, and I was kind of putting that online, and I think a lot of people that started following me at that young age were following me because of the music that I was writing.
Okay, so what can you say about some of the bashing that happened? Do you experience that? How do you react to that? Social media bashing.
Some of the bad things that happened?
Bashing. People who bash you on social media or negative comments.
Yeah, with negative comments, I always get negative comments through comments on posts that I do or through DMs, and when stuff like that happens, I read it, but I don't give it any time. A lot of people are just looking for attention, and I'm not going to give them that attention.
You're so young, and you've reached, you've attained so much, but yeah, you sometimes feel overwhelmed. How do you relax?
Yeah.
How do you take all of this in? Like, you say to yourself, or how do you see it?
Definitely. There's definitely a lot of times where I need to sit myself down and be like, okay, let me take this all in. Like, I'm doing a lot of traveling, and because sometimes everything can just be so fast. And I'm home for a little bit, and then the next day I'm in Asia, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and so when I want that time to relax, music is always my therapy for me. And when I have a long day and when I'm sitting in my hotel room, I like to put on classical music, just like easy listening to, nothing like too many lyrics. I like to just listen to just like honestly just piano music, and it kind of just helps my brain relax and puts me at ease.
I read that you're a self-confessed shy kid.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
Yeah, I was a really shy kid growing up. When it came to performing, I was super nervous to the point where I almost didn't even want to go on stage. And luckily, I had my parents always there to help push me, literally push me on stage, or else I wouldn't have done it. And the more I started doing it, the more I started going out performing, singing my own songs, and it just helped me become more confident. And especially when I started performing with my fans and hearing my fans singing back the lyrics that I wrote. It's one of the best feelings in the world. And I think once that started happening, it made me realize that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm not that shy kid.
Okay, let's have Fudge
Hi.
in Manila.
So being young and having like fresh eyes in the industry, what do you think your music gives to your young fans?
Yeah. I would say I have a lot of different things in my music. Like some songs, like I would say "Down in Flames," a song I wrote about communication. It's one of the big lessons that I learned of the year, and it was something that I learned that I wanted to share with my fans. I kind of have things like that I want to share. But also with some of the songs that I write, like a song called "Talk So Much." It's just a fun song. I like to write things that I like listening to, and that could be like hip hop, rap, R&B, or contemporary, maybe pop. I like to bring all that influence in my music.
You've been writing songs since you were 13. I mean, you've established that you started so young. And now you're 18. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 18 now.
Yeah.
I actually started writing songs at 6.
Wow. Okay. So how has through all of that, and you were discovered on YouTube. Now you're coming out with an album. How has your music evolved? How's your songwriting?
Yeah, I think it evolved. I guess obviously growing up, I'm becoming a lot more mature, and I guess just writing more about. I don't know. I guess it's still the same as a kid. I've always written about things that have gone on in my life, and I guess that will always stick with me.
Do you still remember the first song you wrote?
The first song I wrote, I do remember the first song I wrote. It was about 2 birds falling out of a tree. One fell off and broke his knee. And that was the first song that I ever wrote.
As a musician, do you have your favorite, all-time favorite song?
All-time favorite song? I would say "At Last" by Etta James.
Oh, it's very
I love that song. I would love to do a remix of that song, like the intro of the song with the strings of.
Very romantic.
I love it. Very romantic. Yeah, I would do a remix.
Do you feel more pressured now to create songs that would please your audience? Because when you started out, it was free flowing. It was just what you wanted to do.
Definitely. So, I think it's gotten easier.
Really?
I feel like now I just like to write. I still like to write fun songs. I still like to write things that very personal to me, and I don't think it's changed.
Speaking of personal, how would you compare the fulfillment of writing your own songs, your creative process, to performing in front of an audience?
Sorry, what was your question?
How would you compare the fulfillment? Which do you prefer?
Oh, okay. I don't think there's one that I prefer more, because I love being able to be creative when I'm writing songs and being in the studio. I love the process of making songs. It's like my favorite thing in the world, but also my other favorite thing in the world is to perform my songs on stage and to the fans, and to see the fans sing back my songs. Very personal to me, or songs that I spent a long time working on. To hear the fans sing it back to me is one of the best feelings in the world. So I would say both of those are 2 of my favorite things.
Someone so young. Of course, you've been writing songs for a long time, but of course, you probably have people that you listen to when they give you feedback on your songwriting, on your process, on your music. Who are these people whose feedback you value?
Yeah, some people's feedback I value. Definitely my parents. Anytime I get a song back, I play it for my parents because they'll tell me like, I don't like that. But also, I would definitely say my team has a big part. Like my manager, my team over at Epic Records. They always have good feedback, and I really value their opinion.
How do you balance taking in their feedback and keeping what you want?
Yeah. I just really have to feel it. If there's something that I'm like, okay, that can change, or if it's something that, I'm like, no, I really like that because it's, something I think is really cool, and maybe guys just don't get it.
Would you ever let public criticism or feedback from expressed maybe through social media affect how your creative process? Like if someone says, "Oh, this song is too," would you ever let that affect how you do your music?
I don't think I would let it affect anything, but I definitely listen to all criticism. All criticism, I'll definitely listen to. I might not, be like, oh yeah, I need to do that, but I'll always listen to criticism.
Um, Best advice a fellow artist given to you?
Best advice. I would say a fellow artist hasn't given me any advice yet, but I would say something my parents have always told me is, as soon as you replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, you start seeing positive results. So I'm always about being as positive as I can.
How do you stay grounded?
I say, I surround myself with positive people and, a really small circle. I keep myself in a really small circle with not too many yes people.
Is there any artist you'd like to collaborate, like them performing your song, your own song?
Oh man, that'd be insane. Any Bruno Mars? Are there any Filipino artists that you know? Any Filipino artists that I know? There are some Filipino artists. That's okay. Morrison, yes. Nathan back here. That's one of the artists that I know. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for you. I was like, I didn't see you. I thought you were over here.
AJ, you had your show last night. How was it meeting your Pinoy fans for the first time?
They're so sweet. They're so amazing. Meeting them for the first time is incredible.
Yeah. And for the next two shows, what do you look forward to?
I look forward to meeting all the fans that I can meet.
AJ, I know you're a musician to the bone, but if ever you're going to be somebody, or who you would want you to be? I mean, others like to be an astronaut, a doctor. Do you have any other dreams as well?
Yeah, so if I wasn't doing music, growing up I always loved fixing things and building things. So if I wasn't doing music, I think I'd be building houses.
Building houses?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel
broken hearts? Do I fix broken hearts?
Have you broken so many hearts already?
I hope not.
You used to play football.
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
I don't play football anymore as much as I used to, but I used to love football. I actually played on a team in high school.
Alas, sorry.
Personally and professionally, what are your goals for this year?
Yeah, professionally,
And personally,
with this new album that I'm releasing, I'm really hoping that it can go number one, and my goal is to take over 2020. And personally, I would say, I really want to start working on producing, because I write all my songs on the piano when it's just myself, but when I get an idea, I like to pull out my laptop and try to work on producing stuff. I really don't know. I know like some of the groundwork, but I really want to get good at it to produce a whole song myself.
Have you ever been broken hearted?
Have I ever been broken?
And how do you deal with it? Are you inspired to write a song about it?
As soon as she turned me down, I wrote a song about it. Yes, I've been broken already.
So since you mentioned that you're a songwriter, how do you usually write songs? Is it like in a phase that you want to
Yeah. So it kind of depends where I'm at. If I'm like walking down the street and all of a sudden I get a melody that pops in my head, I hurry up and grab my phone and just act like I'm on the phone. I'm like, la la la, just singing my melody to my phone. Or if I get a lyric idea, I'll pull out my phone and write down the lyrics idea in my head. Or sometimes if I'm home and I get a lyric idea, I'll run straight to the piano and I'll just find some chords and I'll just start writing.
Do the lyrics always come first? What's more automatic for you? For the lyrics to come first or for the melody?
I think most of the time it's melody. I'm always just like, I'm always singing in my head, and a lot of the times like I'll get a melody and I'm like, oh, that's a really cool melody, and I'll just sing it in my phone. And sometimes even when I just sing a melody, lyrics just kind of flow out, and sometimes I get a lyric idea just from that. Or I mean, sometimes I'll be talking to someone and they might say something that really captures my attention. Or like the other day, I was on the plane and I just looked outside the window and there was like one single light, like really far away, and it was just like surrounded by just a bunch of darkness. And I was like, oh, it's just a light surrounded by darkness. And I was like, oh, that'd be a really cool song lyric. And so I started to write a song about it.
As someone who's already famous and who basically grew up on YouTube, how comfortable are you about sharing very private aspects of your life on social media?
I guess it really just depends, but I like to be as open as I can with my fans, and because I mean we're all human, and I go through things personally that can be hard sometimes, and a lot of people do as well, and I feel like sharing that kind of can help you because other people could be like, oh, I've been through the same thing, and it can also help them as well.